What made me get into real estate is I was on the marketing end for my husband as an agent. During the pandemic, I was within earshot of all of his transactions, and I heard more often than not there's too many bad agents that have no problem throwing their clients under the bus for them to make a quick buck. So I felt the need to give the public more great agents like Kevin. When Britney Spears had the conservatorship, where she wasn't able to make her own legal choices, I was in a transaction where the transaction was supervised in a conservator role by an attorney, and that attorney had several clients that sold several properties, and the listing agent often worked closely with him. I think a proud moment that I had was we were in a competitive multiple offer situation, and I put an escalation clause that we would beat the highest offer by $3,000. This attorney hadn't seen that before, and the agent and that attorney had worked together for 12 years, and he was so impressed by that clause that he didn't bother countering all of the other offers. He just chose ours and said, sure, I'll take $3,000 more for the house. And it was pretty smooth, and I still got them $21,000 in repair credits towards the foundation, towards the roof, termite, and it was a newly flipped home. So overall, there was not that much that I needed to be done, but I was able to get those credits for them. Sometimes listing agents don't show in the remarks on the agent side that there's a house sitter. So we were at an open house, and I guess the agent didn't feel like sticking around. So he took the lockbox and kept on all the lights, and I called the listing agent, and he gave me the code to the door. It was a smart lock. So we finally go inside. It's this gorgeous, like, best flip I've ever seen. Like, top end finishes as far as tile, the countertops, the flooring. But there was a house sitter there that they failed to mention. So the first bedroom had very much like squatter status, where sleeping on a mat and trash everywhere in this one room, with a microwave and a little TV setup, but the rest of the house was like beautifully staged. And so it wasn't something we were all expecting, and we were just caught off guard that it was supposed to be an open house without any surprise guests. So yeah, I would say that's a surprising story while showing properties. When it comes to choosing where to put your money, whether it be a kitchen or a bathroom, as long as there's good function in a bathroom, I would always prioritize a kitchen. It's so easy to have a dated kitchen. They add the most value. If you have even just painted cabinets but new countertops or an updated backsplash, sometimes the pulls on a cabinet will make a big difference as far as making it feel new and fresh. Sometimes just a new refrigerator. People are in awe of the smart fridges. If they're synced to your phone, you can add a grocery list. You can knock on the door and see the inside when you couldn't prior. Passing love notes to your partner on the fridge. Those are fun too. So yeah, sometimes it could be as simple as painting your cabinets and getting a fancy fridge. And if you want to take your fridge with you, there's that option too, but it's sold the actual house. People saw themselves there by, memories that they might create. Something like toilets can be a bad investment in a bathroom. I know they can get as pricey as like a car, but people might be more apt to changing that toilet because of sanitary reasons. Investing in quality tile, countertops, features, like if it holds your shampoo bowls, those would go a lot further than if you were to buy, say, a $9,000 toilet that people would be grossed out by, that someone else had used. I've seen people freak out over jets in a tub. They think the contamination of your bath is still in the jets and will come back out into your bath when it's your turn. So those are often the first things that are changed out. That's hard. I like to design homes as like my side muse, I guess. So I like a home to tell me like their style and boost that a natural style. I'm really into mid-century modern with a Scandinavian twist. So like more a lighter paint colors, wood colors, but that bring that natural wood element or elements from the outside in. So mid-century modern homes tend to have more floor-to-ceiling of like the windows. They might have an added entertainment space in the middle of your home where it's like a patio and then the house is built around it. I also like Spanish style homes. I feel like they're very timeless and they crave like real wood floors, beautiful hand painted tiles, things like that. My favorite areas to show houses in are areas with growth. So I like those secret gems in cities where they have great schools. No one knows about those great schools. It's rare that you find a neighborhood that has the elementary schools, middle schools, and high schools all have like a 9 out of 10 and 10 out of 10. So of course I find the most value in homes that could use some updating. But if you buy those homes that are outdated in great school districts, then they tend to give you more bang for your buck in the future. If you wanted to move on to your dream home in the same neighborhood, but more turnkey, maybe more space, it's a good stepping stone. The answer of why the LA market is so appealing and it's booming is because of all the tech companies that are moving out this way. I feel like San Francisco has gotten really pricey, but not a lot of the workers like to live there. So those companies are downsizing and starting to move to the Southern California areas. I know we have Snapchat, Google, TikTok, YouTube is here. So there's a lot of those tech companies that are growing our value in home prices. I think there might be a stereotype of like an American not having culture, And I feel like Los Angeles is one of the key points in all of the US of where there's nonstop culture. You can be in any background and find a restaurant with foods from your homeland. And I've had clients from Ethiopia, from France, Germany, and the list goes on. And they've always found a restaurant, a market in a certain neighborhood in Los Angeles, or several neighborhoods. I feel like Los Angeles is very warm and welcoming as far as cultures, and they invite everyone as like a melting pot. And we even have like a fusion of restaurants where you might take an Asian and a Latin mix and have a beautiful dish. So I really love that about living in the LA area. If I was on a desert island and I could bring one food with me or just have that on the island, I think it would be mangoes. I know that's not a whole meal, but it's sweet. They can be sour, high in fiber, so I think that's important. As far as a dynasty, I feel like my kids know about homes more than most of my home buyers or shoppers do, which is great. I feel like I would want them to do whatever makes them happy. I feel like a lot of adults don't know it's important to invest, and you can invest in several avenues, and to me, properties is number one. I would hope that my kids would start with maybe buying a property where they want to go to college, and if they wanted to sell that later on, and buy their next step up home. I feel like all the record-breaking lows of the market, I think of like, where was I when I was 6 years old, and why wasn't I buying property? Like, you know, like all the dips and everything. I would love for my kids to be well-versed as far as like what's going on. If it's something that they want to do full-time, great. If it's not, then I think everyone should have it in their back pocket.